It's officially winter here in Terlingua. We dropped below freezing the past couple nights, so I've decided it's time to ramp up on a couple projects, specifically a place to live that's not a camper, and I've decided to build a log cabin in the desert. These are oak 2x6s. I got them up in oil country. As you can see though, they're different sizes, a little bit cracked on the ends. They're 10 feet long, but they all have these little support beams. I don't know what they were supposed to be for, but between here and the other side is about 8 feet. So I've thought about just cutting them flush and turning them into 8-foot boards, but having the 10-foot board to really come in handy as well. So we'll see. I mean, you can see they're nailed in. One right there, 4 back here. So it's quite labor intensive to do that, but I got a heck of a deal on them. Each bundle is 49 pieces, and the bundles were $175, so roughly $3.50 a board, and that's oak. This is all oak. One of my little brothers came to help me on some projects here at the property, and one of those projects was clearing a road to the cabin site that I want to build. And we just used a pickaxe, loppers, and hedge trimmers, and a little bit of chainsaw to clear a path. I really just tried to use the path of least resistance because we have a lot of bunching grasses that aren't easily taken out. It's actually easier to take out the creosote bushes and the little mesquite. So this is the path. You can see I've been driving it, but there's still some grasses in the way, which isn't a big deal. Mainly we're trying to get it to a place where it wasn't scratching, anything wasn't scratching the side of the truck. So did that. There's really not a lot of local wood here in the desert, and that might make it seem like the log cabin is not a great idea, but as I mentioned, I got all of those boards for a great price, and I like working with wood. I have the tools to work with wood and a little bit of experience in doing so. Yes, there's tons of rocks. I could build a rock house. There's a lot of clay. I could build adobe. And I'm sure I'll integrate those into the project somehow, but they're super labor intensive, and I'm trying to get something up in the next couple of months. So I thought, let's just try this log cabin idea. I'm using stones for the foundation, so that'll come in handy because I have a ton of nice sized boulders around here. But when it came to thinking about making a stone house or an adobe with thousands of bricks, thousands of rocks, I thought, you know what, let's wait till we have more labor to invest in a project like that. So we're going with kind of a stick-built timber frame-esque building. I want to use some simple joints that are reminiscent of timber frame, but obviously these 2x6s are not big enough to do a lot of the joints. So here's my little station. I've got the planer set up, got a generator courtesy of my friend Retief. So I got that running, which is good, and all the power tools. This is a bunch of the 2x6s. So you can see I already cut that piece I was telling you about, and it measures almost exactly 8 feet. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to, engage in the labor of getting these off, or if I want to stick with, an 8-foot board. And that way I could have a 32 by 24 foot cabin. If I do the 10 foot, it would be a 20 by 30-foot cabin. And of course the floor joist would have a longer span. But you just saw this pile. This is the old, I don't know what it was. It was a lean-to or a shed. We've got some goat pens over there. I don't know if you can see them with the sun, but it's not worthy enough to keep. So it's interesting, but it's it's a bunch of junk. It's a bunch of rotten wood. So I'm gonna either bury or burn all this. Probably just use as firewood, to be honest. And there's some nails in here, which, you know, I could get those up with a magnet after a burn. A lot of them are bent. I don't know if there's really anything salvageable. These posts are definitely still good, so would love to use those, but I think everything else will just be burned. But as I said, already got some nice sized rocks out here. Have some tin. Looks like someone took a shotgun to this one. So it's kind of cool, you know. I don't want to totally erase the history of this place, but I really can't because there's so much trash out here. But it's metal trash. It's it's somewhat appealing to the eye. So you got some more tin right there, but just tons of cans. I mean, it's like, I guess someone lived out here or just hung out. I really don't know the history of this place. No one's around to tell me. I bought this land as raw land. So we'll see. But this is the cabin site. It's nice and level. One of the reasons I'm picking this is because it's flat, it's out of the floodplain, and it has nice views of the mountains. So yes, if I want water, I'd have to do water harvesting and have a tank up here. Otherwise, I would have to figure out a way to route line all the way down there, which is definitely doable. If y'all have been watching my videos, you know I'm pumping from the creeks, so I could do that, but I'd rather have it be self-sustaining. My dream of this is actually for it to be pretty off-grid. So I don't want electricity, I don't want batteries and inverters, all that. I want to go old school and have it be oil, lamp, you know, propane stove, pretty back to the basics. So as you can see, this is the old site of something, and I have been in the process of clearing it. My little brother Ryan helped with that. Thank you, Ryan, if you're watching. And once I get it cleared, I'm gonna start digging the holes for piers, and we'll be on our way. But I already got a little couch out here looking out into the mountains. It's really nice. It's a little bit higher than the rest of my property, so you see a little bit more. Of course, the pigs follow me everywhere, so they think I have food. You guys followed me all the way here? Excuse me. But the site selection it's been a long time coming. I've been here for roughly a year and a half and decided it was really just time to nail down a spot. Originally, I didn't want to be up here because I wanted some shade. I wanted to be maybe set into the earth, but I figure why not have a place for one season like winter and another place for summer. So this won't be the only structure on the property that's livable. I just figure it's best to have one right now that is out of the flood zone, and also in a place that's flat and that I can access. So as I mentioned, my little brother and I did clear this path, so this was all full of creosote beforehand, and you can see some of the stuff that we've taken out. The pigs have kind of come and flushed it out, but you know, there's some creosote, and it's important also to make sure you don't leave any roots sticking out too bad, because they can puncture your tire. So yeah, but it's beautiful up here. It's off the road enough. It's not super quiet, but you know, that's kind of the double-edged sword of living right by the road is that you can access it. It's easy to get to, but it is a bit loud when people are coming by, but that's fine. That's the way it is. I think having nicely insulated walls in that cabin could help. But I just want to get the thing up first, and then we'll figure out if additional layers are needed.